It only takes one room, one person to change history. Investment into the next generation starts here, around a table. Elementary to college students gather at transformation tables around the world. Walking through the iLead resources, students engage in peer-to-peer lead discussions where they learn about the values that develop a strong character, like forgiveness, collaboration, and determination. Putting those values into practice every step of the way around the table. Transformation is happening in the hearts of students. Improved academic performance, decreased behavioral issues, an increase in ambition and hope for the future. These values are changing the trajectory of growing leaders. You can be part of these transformations where students are forging brighter futures and becoming the leaders in the classroom and beyond. It only takes one room, one person, one table to transform the world. And it all started here at our tables.
My name is Patrick Irwin, and I serve as the Director of Content at Growing Leaders and Maxwell Leadership. When we talk about the school of the future, it's easy to assume we're talking about more technology, new platforms, or the next big initiative. But the school of the future isn't defined by what's new. It's defined by what students need today and for their future. The school of the future is one that intentionally helps solve the real issues the next generation is facing and equips students with the resilience and life skills they need to be ready for the real world. Today's students are navigating mental health challenges, digital overload, and social disconnection. Many of them experience bullying, lack of inclusivity, and deep anxiety caused by global uncertainty. And too often, they leave school feeling unprepared for life beyond the classroom. And that's where iLead and iLead Kids come in. iLead is a values-based kindergarten through 12th grade leadership curriculum designed to meet students where they are and help them grow into who they're becoming. The lessons are experienced in peer-to-peer roundtable environments where students don't just consume content, they engage in meaningful conversation, reflection, and practice. Our curriculum is founded on the leadership principles of John C. Maxwell and Dr. Tim Elmore, bringing decades of leadership wisdom into age-appropriate, practical lessons for today's students. Every iLead lesson follows a simple but powerful flow. We begin with a memorable image. That image leads to a meaningful conversation around their roundtable in small groups. And the lesson ends with students making choices to make changes, learning how to lead themselves and influence others well. One example is our iLead lesson on attitude. It features the image of a thermostat. This thermostat is a reminder that our attitude sets the tone for others, just like a thermostat sets the temperature in a room. Students don't just learn the concept, they talk about it, apply it, and practice it together. To support schools, iLead provides a custom platform where facilitators can find lesson plans, student activity pages, peer-to-peer discussion content. They have presentation decks and extension libraries to take the learning even further. Our resources are delivered in multiple formats, both print and digital, so that they can meet the needs of your students. And we also include parent resources to keep the learning going at home. But don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from the State Superintendent of Schools for the state of Alabama, Dr. Eric Mackey. Alabama has rolled out iLead to all of its schools, and they are seeing some amazing results. Here's Dr. Mackey.
So iLead came to me through a very good friend, Molly Spearman, who was the state chief in South Carolina at the time. And she knew I had a real interest in what can we do to help build character skills in students, which is an interest she also had. And immediately, as soon as we saw the first presentation, absolutely fell in love with the material. And the topics of each lesson are relevant to each and every student's everyday life. It's relevant to the adults, and it teaches a valuable skill in a relatively easy, small amount of time. So when we talk about relationships, personal responsibility, the key things that adolescent children are trying to figure out for themselves. Like, how much responsibility do they need to take? How do they build quality relationships? And what we know that is if adolescents learn to do those things in middle school and high school, then they're much better at it as adults too. I have yet to walk into a school where they were doing iLead, or to talk to a teacher or a superintendent or principal that was doing iLead where I didn't see their faces light up. It's really the teachers we keep hearing from that this is changing my students' lives, but just as importantly, it's changing my life too. We can all agree that we can teach students to have a great attitude, and that having a great attitude leads to better outcomes for everything a child encounters in life.
As you can see, iLead is a connection and culture building tool, and it's one that we think no school can afford to be without. It changes students for the better, but it will also affect every adult in the school who comes into contact with these values-based leadership resources. Contact us today or check out some of our sample lessons at www.growingleaders.com. And let us help you grow your students as leaders, one table and one lesson at a time.